What is up, awesome people, and welcome back to tonight's second Wi-Fi Wednesday shenanigans! Alright, to continue the shenanigans with the same team I used in the last Wi-Fi Wednesday, which was put up about 3.5 hours ago, so if you missed that, make sure to go check it out because there was some pure shenanigans. Although there is one particular battle that's going to be featured in this Wi-Fi Wednesday episode that's probably going to top every Wi-Fi Wednesday shenanigans, and when you see it, you'll kind of understand the point that I'm trying to get at. Anyways, I'm just going to jump straight into it because we've got a bit to get through. These are quite long battles. Alright, so the first one up, we have, obviously, as you saw from the team preview, we've got some pretty nasty Pokemon. So we have a Greninja and an Arceus. So by the looks of it, it's an Arceus rock type, and I have to admit straight off the bat, I'm dreadful with my Arceus types. I can never work out what they are, so just looking at that one straight off the bat, I think live, I was like, it's either rock or ground. So I did the fake out on the Arceus. Normally I'm doing it on the Greninja just to figure out if it was the rock type. It was, because it wasn't very effective. If I was actually intelligent, I would have gone for the fake out on the Greninja. So anyways, Greninja goes for the U-turn, turning it into a bug type thanks to Proton. Does nearly half damage there to the Ludicolo. Remember, Ludicolo is my tanky offensive set. It is extremely helpful, and as you'll see in this particular episode, there are so many times where the Assault Vest actually comes quite in handy. Alrighty, so Palkia comes in. I'm like, this is not good. The Arceus, I've got no problems for, because I am Choice Scarfed on the Milotic. I'll outspeed both of these Pokemon, I do believe. Hydro Pump will take out the Arceus. It's already down into the red. Judgment goes off the bat there, and it does, just a little bit under half damage there. So Special Ren coming here. It's going for the Ludicolo. Does the damage there, and Ludicolo takes that like a beast. So I go for Icy Wind there just to drop their speed there. I'm trying to just chip away at the Arceus. One more Hydro Pump there will take out the Arceus. I could have gone for the Hydro Pump, and I think I did, and I'm pretty sure I missed. Just my luck. Anyways, I go for the Hydro Pump here on the Palkia because it's better to go for the Hydro Pump there on the Palkia. That was my best bet because I know Icy Wind will take out the Arceus unless my RNG gets really dreadful there, which luckily it doesn't. Takes out the Arceus, and I can do a little bit more damage there to the Palkia and drop its speed. So at the very worst, at least I've dropped its speed by -2, so any Pokemon will ever outspeed that Palkia. So Special Ren there is going to take out the Ludicolo. Ludicolo really did its job there. As I said, it's taken the Palkia down to -2. Unfortunately, I would have loved to have had it stick around for a little bit longer so I could take out that Greninja with Energy Ball, or at least slow it down a little bit, but since it is going for the U-turn by the looks of it, it's kind of a problem. Anyways, I'm going to Mega Evolve into Mega Blastoids here and see if this can do anything, because it does have Ice Beam, so I know that's super effective. Well, at least I think it's super effective against Palkia, but at the same time, I'm going to go for the fake out there, drop it down to the yellow there, Hydro Pump the Greninja because it's going to be a lot more handy than Hydro Pumping the Palkia at this point. So it's going to go for the U-turn, go for the Proton ability, and then swap out again. So hard to tell what this Greninja is, if it's Choice Band or anything, so it does get a critical hit there, brings my Milotic down to the red, and at the same time, I'm trying to remember all of my thought patterns here off the top of my head. It's not working. I do believe this one was done live. If not, then this was done quite some time ago. Anyways, there is nothing I can do there with Palkia. Both Kingdra and the Palkia do resist my Hydro Pump, so I've got no other choice but swap into my Sork here. This is the wonderful Sork, who definitely gets a spotlight in this episode. So Dragon Pulse there onto the Sork. It does not take me down or even out, so I'm assuming that's a bulky Swiss Whim Critra, which is probably one of the more common sets you'll see on Battle Spot. So the Special Ren there onto the Blastoids, and that is going to do just nearly half damage there to me. Luckily with this Sork, I can pull off the Endure because I know someone's going to try and target me, which is going to be the Kingdra. Goes for the Dragon Pulse there. Since I went for the Endure, I will live with 1 HP. Stealth Berry will kick off, raising my speed by +1, which will give me the ability to outspeed both of these Pokemon since there is no rain on the field. Ice Beam there from the Mega Blastoids, which is going to take out the Palkia. Finally! Oh my goodness, it took a while to take that out. That goes down, so it's like, yes, there's only 2 Pokemon left, which is the Greninja and the Kingdra. That was really weird how they both ended with Dra, almost. Anyways, I'm able to outspeed the Greninja with the Stealth Berry on my Sork thanks to max speed, and the Stealth Berry taking out the Greninja with the super effective close combat, and that finally bites the dust. That was actually quite annoying when I was just U-turning me. Dragon Pulse again, it actually does not go for my Sork. It goes for the Blastoid thinking it can take it out, which it does not. I go for the Ice Beam there, go on the Kingdra. It does just about a quarter damage there, leftovers there to recover a little bit of Kingdra's health. but it's not going to be living this next turn. In fact, I'm going to go for a close combat there, and that should take out the Kingdra, which it does. That was indeed very, very, very nice indeed. Finally, I get some way of showing off how awesome that Sork actually is. But the shenanigans for Sork do not end, but we gotta knock this one over first. This one was the most impressive battle that I have had with this team, and it's one of the reasons why I have had an absolute blast with this team. Now, this one was done live, I know that one. So this is our typical Chalk T team from VGC whatever. It's been around for a while. So obviously Mega Kangaskhan and the Thunderous lead. Now obviously the Kangaskhan's going to Mega Evolve here, going to go Fake Out. I'm not sure on who, because it's a bit of a hard choice. It's going to think, am I going to Mega Evolve into Mega Mence, or is it going to go for the Milotic? Thinking that it's a tanky Milotic, or it could be quite annoying with Toxic Scald or whatever, thinking Milotic could be the bigger threat there. So it goes for the Fake Out. I do protect on my on my Salamence, thinking it would have, but it did end up faking out my Milotic, thinking it was the bigger threat, thinking it was a Scald set, and the Thunderous did go for the Thunder Wave on my Salamence, which was the other train of thought I had at the time, so that was good. Go for this Ice Beam onto the Thunderous. The whole point of that was to try and knock off the Citrus Berry that they run 100% of the time. So that's finally been wasted, which is awesome. So I go for the Rock Slide here, hoping for a flinch. Do I get it? Do I get it? No, I don't get it on the Thunderous, which goes for the Thunderbolt on my Milotic, which is going to take out the Milotic thanks to a bloody critical hit. Not really too sure if that mattered. Sometimes they can go bulky, sometimes they can go sweepy. I'd say it was a sweepy Thunderous. If it was, definitely didn't matter. Alright, so it went for the return there onto my Salamence, brings it down into the yellow. Blastoise comes onto the field. They're going to swap out the Kangaskhan because it is at the -1 thanks to a Salamence Intimidate. And then they're going to swap into Cresselia, which is always a pain in the rear side regardless of however you look at this. Alright, so I'm going to Mega Evolve into my Blastoids, and I do believe I go for the Fake Out, which I do. I have to think for a second. Alright, so the Fake Out's going to bring the Thunderous down into the red, flinches it, so I can go for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide does connect, which is awesome. Would have been quite annoying if I missed there. So it takes out the Thunderous, so that is another pain in the bum out the way for now. Kangaskhan is going to come back into there because it does go back to natural stats. So this thing can just go for Fake Out once again, but luckily both my Pokemon can go for Protect, so it doesn't really matter who it goes for, it's not going to work. And at the same time, there's a good chance that Cresselia will go for the Icy Wind as well. It's a typical set for Cresselia. Sometimes it can run Ice Beam over Icy Wind, or it can run both Ice Beam and Icy Wind to hit a lot of like Thunderous and Landorus. Mostly there for the Landorus, which can run multiple sets in BGC. So the Sucker Punch is going to take out my Salamence. There wasn't anything I could do there. I already exhausted my Protect option. And because of that, I could go for the Water Spout. That is going to do a lot of damage there, bringing Kangaskhan just out of the red range. Does a lot of damage to Cresselia, considering that is quite tanky for VGC. Not very effective though, does drop my speed, not really an issue there. And Ludicolo comes onto the field. Now, I do believe I'm down to my last two Pokemon. They are currently sitting at a score of 3. They're going to swap out their Kangaskhan and go into their Landorus, going for the Intimidate. I'm not too sure why they did that at all. I really can't figure that out unless they thought my Ludicolo was physical. I do go for the Fake Out there just in case something does go wrong. The Cresselia goes for the Psychic, going to hit the Mega Blastoids, which is definitely a good idea there. And I go for the Water Spout. And the question here was, am I going to kill? I get the kill on the Landorus, which was absolutely awesome. So I think even if they didn't swap out the Kangaskhan, they would have lost their Kangaskhan. So they got one more chance to Fake Out my Blastoids or my Ludicolo, which is why I think they may have swapped out, sacking that Landorus, because Landorus was weak to pretty much my entire team. So I protect with both of my Pokemon. No, sorry, I didn't protect with Ludicolo. So I take an Icy Wind to the face, which is really fine with me. So I go for the Icy Wind here on the Ludicolo, trying to drop the Kangaskhan speed a little bit. I'm trying to also drop Cresselia's speed as well, so Ludicolo can outspeed that. But unfortunately, I'm probably not going to outspeed the Cresselia with Ludicolo, because I'm going to take too many Icy Winds to the face. So I take a return there, taking out the Blastoids. Then I can just go straight for a Scaldy, because it didn't actually go for my Ludicolo. Actually, that was a bit of a hard decision who to really go for there, because both Pokemon had the potential of taking out Kangaskhan from that range. So Psychic does very little there to the Ludicolo. And from there, they're going to forfeit. And there we go. That team just took out a Chalk T team. I do believe it was Chalk T because I don't think Sivion was on the team preview from what I can remember. And I already know what the comments are going to be as well for that particular battle. Which really does show, like, it doesn't matter what the team, as long as you know and can predict really well, you can really change the outcome to suit your needs pretty much, given that RNG works your way as well. But anyways, going on to the last battle, gotta leave the best for last. This is truly shenanigans, and at the same time, I kind of did troll at the end of this battle, so if it looks like I'm playing pretty badly at the end, by this stage, I'd already achieved the pretty much the best outcome possible, and I pretty much was like, I don't care if I lose this battle by that point. So anyways, I'm going to leave with the Smeagol and the Lopunny. By this stage, I didn't really know what they were going to do. I know there was a Shedinja in the team preview and a Magnezone. I didn't actually click until halfway through the battle, which was kind of strange. Normally, I click onto them pretty easily. So the Lopunny's going to go for the fake out onto my Sork, thinking that was the threat there to the, obviously, the Smeagol. I think I was going to go straight for the close combat onto the Smeagol to try and stop the Dark Void. Alright, so both their speeds drop. I get flinched. And the Smeagol goes for the Dark Void there, putting both my Pokemon to sleep, unfortunately. So I was like, oh, great. Oh, great. I hate Dark Void. I truly do. I hate Dark Void. I kind of hope that gets a bit of a nerf in Sun and Moon. Anyways, Lopunny's going to swap out there and go into their Magnezone. So I still haven't clicked yet what's going on. So both my Pokemon are asleep. I think at the moment I'm like, god damn it, both my Pokemon are asleep. There's a Magnezone on the field, which is probably going to be able to OHKO my Milotic pretty easily. Now the Smeagol goes for roleplay. I still haven't clicked as to what's going on. So the Smeagol gets the sturdy ability. I'm going to have to swap out my Milotic here because I'm like, I can't stand this. It's probably going for a Thunderbolt onto my Milotic. So let's go into Raikou and at least resist that Thunderbolt. As I said, still I haven't got any idea what's going on. Magnezone swaps out. And guess who comes on the field? Yep, it's Shedinja. And I think by this stage, I finally clicked what finally happened. And I have no idea why I went for close combat on that side of the field. Maybe, as I said, I'm pretty sure I didn't have no idea on the field until that thing swapped. I'm like, oh, I know what's happening now. So Shedinja has the sturdy ability. We've seen this strategy so many times. I just can't believe how slow it was to pick that up. So I went for Thunderbolt, took out the Smeagol. Obviously, it's a little bit late for that. So a little bit of recall damage there to the Raikou with Life Orb. But what's it matter? What's it matter? Hakuna Matata when you've got Mold Breaker Sork. Yeah, there's no words for that. That was absolutely beautiful. Sorry, I still watch that and I just have to laugh. I'm retaining the laughter at the moment. Anyways, go for Endure here because I'm trolling now because after that, that's just absolute beautiful shenanigans. So the Lopunny goes for a turn there on the Sork, bringing me down to 1 HP. Salic Berry kicks in. I'm probably not going to be able to outspeed the Lopunny even from this range. The Magnezone goes for Metal Sound, so I'm still not sure what this Magnezone is, if it's just purely there just for sturdy and that's about it. Running supportive moves or something. Close combat takes out the Magnezone, so the Magnezone goes bye-bye. Out of the two of them, Magnezone was probably the bigger threat out of Lopunny because I can probably OHKO the Lopunny with the Raikou. Lopunny goes for the turn. Obvious target was Sork. That goes down and that leaves my Salamence left in the back with Raikou as well. And I definitely know I'm trolling by this stage because I went Snarl. There's no other reason I would have gone Snarl except for trolling. As I said, I'm watching this going, wow, Troll went to the max there. Alright, so Salamence comes in, Intimidate goes off. Lopunny goes to return on the Raikou. Raikou just manages to hang on there. There's the Thunderbolt. And that should be the OHKO. And there goes the Lopunny. As I said, I think I actually trolled there. By that stage, I just took him out of their misery. Life Orb takes out the Raikou, and that is game. And there we go, people. Probably one of the best shenanigan moments you will ever see on Wi-Fi Wednesday. There's no way I'm going to be able to top that one. Sturdy Shedinja strategy does have a counter. It's called Mold Breaker. And there's a few other ways to counter that as well. But in double battles, Mold Breaker is the ultimate killer to that strategy. Anyways, guys, that is it for Wi-Fi Wednesday for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed both the uploads. As I said, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to finish off the ORAS Wi-Fi Wednesday, I think I've got like 1 or 2 more Wednesdays. I got a feeling I've only got 1 more Wednesday left, and then that's it. That's sun and moon time. So hopefully I can get a decent amount of battles out. Otherwise, next week is probably going to be a triple upload if needed. So just so I can get all my Wi-Fi Wednesdays out. But as I said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the finale for the ORAS era for Wi-Fi Wednesday. So until next time, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!